Hello, welcome back. I'm Jaydeep Abhishek De Silva, an undergraduate of the JAMA Institute for Advanced Technology. Welcome back with the question series of Database Management System 1, and today I'm here with the question set number 41. In this question set 2, we're going to discuss the same question scenario that we had related to the database called RLSU Center. As the first question, write relational algebra query to change the stock table to inventory, and then as the second question, the user type table used to store user types. In the columns of that table, change the name of the column called user type ID to type ID, and the name of the column called user type name to type name. Write the relational algebra query required for that. And then as the third question, the brand table is used to store product brands, and you need to change the name of the table to product brand. In the columns of that table, you need to change the name of the column called brand ID to BID, and the name of the column called brand name to BName. Write the relational algebra query related to that. And as the last question, there is a table called GRN item to store the selling price of the product, the price at which the product was purchased, and the quantity of that product. You need to separate the columns product ID, quantity, unit price, selling price from that table. The names of the columns in that table should be changed in this way. The column called product ID needs to be changed to PID, the quantity column as P quantity, the unit price column as P unit price, and the selling price column as P selling price. Write the relational algebra query for that. So then in the question set 41, we have to use the rename operator. Here's the rename operator, as we need to change the names of the tables and also the columns. So then in the first question, we have to change the name of the stock table to inventory. So here, this is the answer for the first question. We use the rename operator, and then we give the new name here as inventory, and here we give the table name as stock. And then let's move to the second question. In the second question, they tell us that the user type table used to store user types, and in the columns of that table, change the name of the column called user type ID to type ID. So then we have to change the name of the column called type ID to type ID, and then the user type name column to type name. So then here too we use the rename operator, and then inside the brackets, just below this rename operator, we give the new names of the columns as type ID and type name. Here we give the table name as user type. Simply it means we need to change the columns of the table called user type to type ID and type name. And then let's move to the third question, and there it tells that the brand table is used to store product brands, and we have to change the name of the table to product brand. In the columns of that table, you need to change the name of the column called brand ID to BID. Here we have to change the table name to product brand, and also the brand ID column to BID, and then the brand name column to BName. So then here too we can use the rename operator, and then here we have renamed the table name as product brand, and inside the brackets again we rename the columns in the brand table as BID and BName. Here we give the table name as brand. Simply it means we rename the brand table by product brand, and then we rename the columns in that table as BID and BName. And in the last question, there it tells GRN item table is used to store the selling price of the product, and also the price, and also the quantity of that product. And we need to separate the columns, namely the product ID, quantity, unit price, selling price from that table, and we have to change the names of the relevant columns to PID, the product ID column to PID, and then the quantity column to P quantity, and then the unit price column to P unit price, and then the selling price column to P selling price. As we described in a previous video, we use the projection to obtain a column. So here we use the projection, and we have obtained the columns as product ID, quantity, unit price, and selling price columns, and then we have renamed the relevant column names by using this rename operator. New names as PID, P quantity, P unit price, P selling price. We need to change these columns in the GRN item table. So in the question set number 41, we mainly focused on the rename operator. So then let's move to the next question set number 42, and bye for now.